Shoot me, bro. Rock on, Wolf, bro!
I'm sorry, Charlie. I'll get revenge. I'll make him pay. All I gotta do is call Sethspenders. Now you listen to me. You're going to meet me at my fallout shelter, and we're going to end this. I'm glad you answered my call.
You want to settle this? Guns down.
Huh? Mutant King? Where am I? Where is Sethspenders?
He's the prosecutor in this case.
What? Prosecutor?
Listen, Werewolf, it might be disorienting, but we were transported to another world. Here, everything's solved by trial, so you'll be faced with Sethspenders in court.
This is crazy. I'm a rocker, not a lawyer.
Well, today, you better be both, because my life is counting on it. I'm the defendant.
What? I think I'm gonna be sick.
Hurry up, the trial's starting.
Court is now in session for the trial of one. Is this name right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Court is now in session for the trial of the Mutant King. Is the prosecution ready?
I'm always ready.
Okay. Is the defense ready? Speak up, my boy! My ears aren't what they used to be.
Yes, Your Honor. As ready as I'll ever be.
Very well. The prosecution may start with its opening statement.
Certainly, Your Honor. This case is a simple matter. A detective named Mr. Charlie was brought to the hospital with a bullet wound. The medical report confirms that he was shot in the chest. The rifling marks on the bullet found in his chest matches a gun owned by the Mutant King. That very gun has the defendant's fingerprints on it. Further, a witness on the scene of the crime saw the entire ordeal play out. And he can confirm that the murder was none other than the Mutant King.
Okay. This does seem to be a simple case so far.
Hold it! My client is innocent. The real shooter is...
Objection! If you have any evidence to prove your claims, do it later!
Objection sustained. I have to agree with the prosecution here, Mr. Werewolf. Please follow proper procedure.
Oh, yeah, right. I knew that. That didn't win me any points with the judge.
Very good. Now, the prosecution may call its first witness.
Witness, what's your name and where do you work?
Come on, Sethspenders, you know who I am.
Hold it right there. Court procedures must be followed. Any relationships you may have with members of the court may be ignored unless they are relevant to the case. Now, what's your name and where do you work?
What? That's no way to treat your pal. After everything I did? After I helped you down right?
Name and occupation, please!
I'm Starlington Mastworth III. My most call me Skullmast. And my job is, a little of this, a little of that. If you know what I mean.
Actually, I don't.
He means that he's a freelancer, you know. Does odd jobs, Your Honor.
Okay. Tell us about the day of the crime, then, Mr. Masksworth.
Fine, Judge Man. It all happened the other day while I was strolling the apartment complex in Rigbytown, as I often do. I heard some shouting and turned to see what it was about. That's when I saw this freaky mutant dude arguing with a surfer dude. A moment later, the surfer's braids were splattered.
Oh my! What a frightening experience that must have been! Well, the defense may
Sorry to
begin.
interrupt, Your Honor, but I don't think a cross-examination is necessary for such an open and shut case.
No way! A cross-examination is necessary! I think.
I must side with the defense this time. It wouldn't do to have a verdict with an unexamined witness.
Thank you, Your Honor. Now, witness, can you repeat the last statement again?
I saw the mutant arguing with the surfer dude.
No, after that.
I saw his braids splatter.
Objection!
Hey! Why are you shouting?
Sorry, Your Honor. It's just, how could the witness have seen the victim's braid splatter when he was shot in the chest?
Hey, Sethspenders! You said this would be easy!
It would be if you would just keep your mouth shut.
Well, this certainly seems to be a contradiction of the facts. Mr. Masksworth, how do you explain it?
Well, maybe that Charlie got shot twice. Both in the chest and in the head.
Sorry, but that's impossible. Take that! This medical report states that Mr. Charlie was only shot in the chest.
Your Honor, the defense is badgering the witness. Mr. Masksworth witnessed a violent murder, and now he is being shouted at by an angry wolf man. He is obviously under a great deal of stress. I advise a brief recess so that our witness may calm down, relax, and give a more accurate testimony.
Okay. See you in 10. Now then, the trial shall now resume in the case of the Mutant King. Prosecutor Spenders, is your witness now ready to testify?
Yes, Your Honor. I gave him a good talking to.
Yeah, Judge Man. I'll talk. Let me testify.
Okay. Let us hear your testimony.
Alright. I wasn't lying earlier. I really did see the shooting as it happened. I was just really stressed and confused before. The surfer was shot in the chest. And the defendant was the shooter.
Hold it! Can you give us more details?
Sure. Look, Furface, I'll give you all the details you want. You can't handle the details.
Calm down. I just want to know about the gun. Did you actually see the defendant pull the trigger?
Yeah, I did. And I'll give you the details. The mutant held the gun in his right hand, which was gloved, and pulled the trigger once. Blam! And Charlie's chest was splattered.
Objection!
Why do you people keep shouting today? I'll need an aspirin after all this.
Sorry, Your Honor, but I can't let this lie go away. Our witness claims to have seen the moment of the crime, but this story is full of contradictions.
Objection! Are you still on about this brains thing? We established that the witness misremembered due to stress.
Sorry, Sethspenders, but that won't cut it. I'm talking about a new contradiction.
New contradiction?
Mr. Mastworth claims that the defendant was wearing gloves at the moment of the shooting, and yet the would-be murder weapon was covered in his fingerprints.
So what? Perhaps he simply handled the gun at a different time, after removing his gloves.
That does seem to explain the contradiction, Mr. Werewolf. Any objections?
Yes, Your Honor. Let me ask you a question. What would you do after murder?
Well, I suppose I would contact a trustworthy lawyer.
Yes. But I mean before that, what would you do with the weapon?
Well, I would wipe it off and Ah!
That's right, Your Honor. You'd wipe it off. If my client were guilty, wouldn't he wipe off his gun? In fact, why add prints to the gun? It makes no sense.
Then how do you explain this situation, defense?
Simple, Your Honor. My defendant was framed, and this is part of the frame job.
Hey, I don't wear frames. 20/20 vision, baby.
Mr. Masksworth, I hope you know the seriousness of the crime you are being accused of. Lying under oath is perjury and could put you in prison.
What? Prison? I don't want to go back to jail. How do I get out of this?
Simple, Mr. Mashworth. Tell the truth.
The truth? I'll tell you a truth that will shock this whole courtroom.
Please stop shouting!
I was supposed to help frame the Mutant King. And the one who put me up to it? The prosecution. Over there! Sethspenders!
Objection! He's lying. He's trying to save himself.
Order! 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 Well, now that everyone has calmed down, perhaps we can resume our trial. Before things got out of hand, Mr. Masksworth made some serious accusations. Would the prosecution like to comment?
Of course, Your Honor. The witness was exposed as an intention-seeking liar. Of that there is no doubt. All the more reasons to ignore his last few ramblings. But the other facts of this case still stand. The victim was shot with a bullet from the defendant's gun, covered in the defendant's fingerprints. Case closed.
If you say so. Would the defense like to comment?
Yes, Your Honor. I'd like to call a witness to the stand.
Okay. Who?
Mr. Scullington Maskworth III.
Him? He was just exposed as a liar. By you, no less.
He lied about being at the scene of the crime. But we aren't certain about the other claims, which are highly relevant to this case.
Relevant? Relevant? Are you accusing me, a man of the law, of a murder?
Not necessarily, but we have to explore all possibilities. We can't risk a guilty verdict otherwise.
I must agree with the defense. I am interested in the witnesses' claims as well. I rather dislike the corrupt prosecutors and want to hear any claims of such corruption.
Fine, whatever. I'm obviously not guilty anyway, so if you two want to make a joke of our legal system, go right ahead.
Yay!
I'm back! Did you miss me, Judge Man?
Mr. Maskworth, we would like you to testify one more time about your relationship to the prosecution.
Okay, if you want me to. Me and this Sethspenders guy used to be rivals. But one day, out of the blue, he comes up and offers me a job. I help him with small tasks, like planting a gun on a mutant king and telling lies to a guard. And he'll pay me in lots of cash. But no job's worth going back to jail again. Last time, I lost my kidney.
Hold it! He asked you to plant the gun?
That's right. He even made me get the mutant's fingerprints on it. It wasn't easy to do.
There you have it, Court. That explains all the strange events in this case. The prior relationship between the witness and the prosecution, the fingerprints on the gun, the contradictory statements in the testimony. If there isn't a reasonable doubt, I don't know what is.
No! This is nonsense! The evidence is on my side. The law is on my side. I was supposed to win. You cut it like this!
I'm afraid it does. In light of these events, I declare the defendant, Mutant King, not guilty.
No! 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 I won't lose! Give me my brother! Yeah!